Hi, I'm Janelle Wyasock, and I want to share with you my passion for weaving. This is a shoebox loom, and it's something that's accessible to everyone because it's simple, it's cardboard, and yeah, we can use many different types of weaving methods. There are similar size looms like this that are wooden. We can use pin weaving with cardboard and weave into it. This is a very tiny sample, but this works really well. And I want to show you just like how to get started. So we could make something a little bit like this. I'm using a thick yarn to go through. This is sort of a cording. You can use actual yarn as well. And what I'm doing is twining as I go through here. So I'm putting one yarn over the other. And I will say, as an artist, it's very fun to express oneself and put both these materials plus these colors together to sort of create a time capsule of what's going on for you in any given moment. So, you know, these are the materials I have here today. It's less than maybe what I would have in my studio space. And I'm using them and just kind of creating a memory and thinking about going outside. So I'm using like blue and white, and I'm thinking about a beautiful blue sky with clouds in it. So it's a way for me to express myself. Vivid colors that happen with summer. So since summer's coming, I'm thinking of that. When you weave into something like this, because of the way this is spaced, which is a little wide, you could also weave something very closely spaced like this, which would have like 5 more yarns in the same amount of space. And this is creating a coaster to put your cup on. But here you would want to use a thicker material or medium in there. So that's why I have the cord going. Yeah, so you can ply yarns. You could use multiple strands. In this piece, we have like a little piece of a bandana, so you can use like fabric. This has wrapped things. It's sort of a cording that was around sheets. So there's all kinds of weird materials in here. Ribbon from a gift. So I kind of look for all kinds of things and mishmash them all together. This is fabric. There's some t-shirt in there. This one is completely t-shirt that's woven into it. So that's nice and thick. So again, thinking about what you may have and what might be useful for you to play with. So I know that if I was able to tell my 10-year-old self anything, it would be just like express yourself, have fun, don't be afraid to try things, and like actually just like you're amazing at any age, and get out there, do it, play with a weaving loom, figure out materials. Any idea is a fantastic idea and you should go for it. So let's play around with a little bit of weaving with this orange. Yeah, and I guess like what really keeps me going is there's endless possibilities, endless things to make, create, to share, to give to other people, to make for myself in my own home. Actually, behind me is a huge loom. This is a very big frame loom. I don't know if you can see these. Very thin, but that'll make a big wall piece. So there's lots of ways that one can weave. And when I am threading this through, the path I took on the first row, which is picking up every other strand, on the second row, I look along that first row and sort of read up against it. Like, what did I do here? Okay, I was over top, now I'm gonna go underneath. What did I do on this warp thread? I'm on top here because I was underneath there. So you want to correlate it to what you've done. And then another thing so that's just a plain weave. Another thing that I've done right up here is called twining. So I do want to show you that. And let me just cut this here. So to twine, and baskets are often made this way too. It's a very strong method. And if we think about historically how people use textiles, such as structures that are made out of material, whether it's man-made, a silk yarn that has been spun, or fibers from plants, actually, when we think about basketry. These structures were made to be functional tools for people to use. My sweater, it's knitted. The carpet, it's woven, and you need it for warmth and to create a warm space in the home. You know, if we're thinking about like a coaster to put your cup on, it's functional in the sense that it doesn't allow like water to get on a surface. So historically, like textiles are very, very important. So we use them in so many different ways. Even buildings have been built out of them, walls of buildings. If we think about yurts. And this is twining. So I am encasing, so these are called the warp threads. I'm encasing each one with twisting the yarns around each warp. And you'll see that I've used 2 different yarns in each warp. So this is blue and white simultaneously, while this is gray and orange. And you'll see this just twists around and it creates a really beautiful texture. Actually, this piece, this is all twined. This is twining, so it's very thick. It's actually very good for a carpet or a rug. This is a little bit of wire in here. This is fibrous, like plant material, sisal. So you can use any type of material, anything you can dream of. So be creative with that. Again, it is a time capsule of what you have in that moment. So don't think that you need specific things. Just kind of start looking around and see what you come up with. And it's a way to express. So through color, through feeling and emotion. And then when you're done, everything can be stored in here. And you can start another one. And one thing that I have done is I've made this, I've laced up one at a time, made it nice and long so that I can actually have like a longer length. So this otherwise would be fixed and you might just lace it up back and forth and get this fixed length out of it. But you're not confined to that. So I would encourage you to play around, get that out of there, be creative, use what you have, and use it as a vehicle to express yourself. And thank you so much for joining me. I hope that we can weave in person at one point someday, and may you be inspired and create something for yourself or for your family. Take care. Thanks so kindly.